Well, I guess it's collection time again, and this is a pretty big box we got here. I think it weighs about 20 pounds, give or take. So this collection came in a few days ago, and I had those other smaller ones that I was doing, and I was kind of saving this one just because it was bigger. It'd probably take me a little longer to go through. But let's crack it open and see how it is. So this one was actually a collection from eBay, from the Bay, and we got here a bunch of bubble wrap. This came from the Bay. I believe it was $3.75 shipped to my door. A lot of it. Holy crap! Okay, yeah, it's like a whole roll of bubble wrap. Oh my god! Okay, and the plastic. Don't you love the plastic bag? That's literally like a roll of plastic of bubble wrap. And I love the plastic bags. It's just like, yeah, that'll save it. Either way, what is this? There's a whole bunch of dice. Looks like a bunch of generic dice. Maybe some D20s in there from some sets. Oh, hey, a lot of dice. Sweet. Okay, now I've got enough dice for life. And we got this guy right here. So, all right, I'm gonna put the camera down. See if I can do this with one hand. I'm not sure if I can. Yeah, okay, that'll work. Let's see if this makes a mess or not. Okay. All right, this is empty, so we're gonna put this aside without making too much of a mess. Okay, there we go. So, put this down, and we got this big box here. It looks like one side is open. Okay, so there we go. So, okay, now we can put this up here. So it looks like this bottom part was open. So this is, I guess, the way we're gonna go in. All right, I see deck boxes. Cool. So I see deck boxes. More dice. Okay, more dice. Sure, I'll take dice bags. Yeah, sure, why not? I never put any value in these things when I'm looking to buy collections. If there's dice, that's just a bonus. Okay, deck box. Deck box. Deck box. Nice. So basically, this was a the way to describe it. What we got here? Rares and commons. Okay. So the way this was described was it was like a player's collection. They had it for years. They had a bunch of decks, and then they were just getting rid of it, plain and simple. So what is this? Utility. I guess that could be anything, right? Kind of feels full. Okay, that feels full. And looks like we got common and okay. So let me set this down. I'll empty this out. Now, it looks like I think it was a player's collection, but I gotta be honest with you, from the pictures and the description, I didn't see a lot of valuable cards in the listing, honestly. So I'm kind of curious. It's definitely, again, like as I always say, these are always gambles. But this one specifically, like I don't know. Uncommon Star City Games collections. Oh no, that's not a good sign. Those usually, I think they have these on like Amazon and eBay. They sell like a box of rares, which is clearly a bunch of bulk rares and garbage, but we'll see. So we got 1, 2, 3 boxes. This is a utility box. Here's a rare box, and we got a common box, and 1, 2, 3, 4 deck boxes. Okay, so let's see. Looks like a sleeve deck. I'll take a peek at one real quick. I don't think, again, what do we got here? Then we got a Revenge. Okay, some rares. Okay, there's definitely not a Commander deck. Oh, cool. Revised Dark Ritual. That's nice. Battle for Lightning Bolts. Buried Alives. Okay. What is that? Anthology? It's Anthology. More Dark Rituals. So, this wasn't a standard deck. Pioneer, maybe? I'm not sure. M10 Lightning Bolts. All right. So, very cool. So, I guess we got some decks, most likely, and then a bunch of other cards in the collection. And I said the pictures... it didn't show like a bunch of value. It showed a bunch of smalls. Like I saw smalls everywhere. So that's what kind of made me curious. And I said, you know what? It's worth me digging through. I'll have some fun. I hate seeing these Star City game things. That's a, God. All right. I'm going to go with that one first, just for fun. Let's see. Okay. It's full. So let's just dig in. So let's see what we get here. And yeah, I said this collection, I think it was $3.75 shipped. So I figured I'd take a gamble on. Again, even if I get a bunch of smalls, those dollars do add up over time. So we'll see how that works out. But let's just dig in and see. And dual decks. Oh, is this a land box? This looks like a land box. OG Commander. Okay. Yeah, okay. So this looks like a land box. A bunch of different years. So, oh, maybe they got, okay, yeah. So, all right, lands. Let's see, this is just a land box. Lands. This might literally be just a basic land box. Lands there. You know what? I'm going to say this is a basic lands box, and I will, oh, wait. couple on the end there, maybe non-basic lands. Unknown Shores, bunch of those. Okay, bunch of those. Holy Unknown Shores. Guild Gates and basics. Okay, so probably just a basic land box. I really hope that this wasn't meant to be anything good. Art card. Oh, good old art. What do you know? Unknown Shores. Evolving Wilds. Holy Unknown Shores, Batman. Art cards. Is this MH1? Zendikar Rising. Okay. Art cards. Art cards, unfortunately, are worthless. I think they were cool in the beginning, but really there's no utility to them whatsoever. So, Battle for Zendikar, Full Art Lands. Amonkhet Full Art Lands. Those are kind of cool. Ooh, Theros. Okay, so Theros Beyond Deathlands. It was so funny. So I love Theros Beyond Death. I played it when it came out, and I tell you, these lands first came out, I didn't like them. I'm like, oh, these are the Pokemon lands. But I tell you, they've grown on me. I really actually kind of like them. And $1.74. Yeah, these actually have a little bit of value for those. Opt from Invasion. Probably worth nothing, but it's still cool. Okay, I don't know why those in the land box. 68 cents market, so probably actually buy listable. What's with the Unknown Shores? Holy crap, no one knows anything about these shores. All right, so yeah, I'm going to set this box aside. This looks like a land box. Well, at least there's a cool Theros Beyond Death land. It makes you wonder if there's more Theros lands in there, but I'll do that later because that's not very exciting. No one wants to see a bunch of basic lands being sorted through. That's definitely not a good time. So let's just put these in there. Hopefully, this whole thing is not just a bunch of basic lands. That would really suck. Okay, I'm going to put this aside and probably just get rid of that. We'll go with the, I guess we'll go with the common one. Let's see what commons are. Okay, let's grab a little stack and just go through it. Well, that's an uncommon, first of all, from New Phyrexia, so it's not a common. Spinebiters, Fencer Mites, Priest of Norns, Mirror to Besiege, Urzas. Prophecy Commons. Oh, come on. One time. Give me a Ristic Sight. That'd be great. Learn from the Past. Inspiration. 5th edition. 5th edition. Sage of Latinam from Antiquities. Is that a common? Is that a common? It's a common. It's a $1.40 market common. I guess, I mean, I'll take it. Sure. Why not? Druids. Battle for Zendikar stuff. Okay, looks like this is sorted pretty good. Dark Goblin Shrine. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's a common. I guess so. Code of Venom. What is this? Ixalan, like that board game one, I think. Jace's Phantasm. Is that something? I don't think it is, but no, I didn't think so. Charms. It's always worth checking. No. Your Familiars, Oniophage, and Nulls. Okay, so this is labeled commons, but it's not commons. So that's pretty cool. So let me put these good things aside, make my piles, and we'll go through this. All right. At least it's not a whole bunch of basic lands like that first box. All right. Let's see here. Dominaria. Hey, Dominaria can have some good commons with the rats. Claws. Definitely a wide range of sets, which is always cool. Double Masters, cool. Vanguards. It's Elites. There's a rare in the commons box. Arbor Colossus. Commander 15, I think. Yeah, Commander 15. Where's my piles here? I got to make this in order. Hold on a second. I got to get my piles right because I always get all this wrong. Put that there, put that there. That works over there. Perfect. Okay. All right, so I guess we can't trust the boxes because that's just not true. Him? Ooh, that is... What language is that? German? Ice Age? Maybe? Sure, we'll go with that. We'll call it German. Probably not. It's an uncommon, though. Nothing crazy. Luminous Triumph. Russian cards. Interesting. Okay. Probably not worth a lot, but honestly, Russian 9th edition? Ooh, foreign cards. Okay, I'm going to pull these just because. Look at these later. As I said before, Russian cards, they are rare, and certain ones could be sought after, so you never know. Revised Instill Energy, I don't think that's anything. $1.15. Okay, so it's market $1.15, sure. Battering Worm from the Guild Pact? Heraldic Banner Throne? I think that's a little something. Yeah, $1. Okay. So yeah, I'm not sure. Oh, Conspiracy, Fact or Fiction? No, it's nothing. Again, I think it's just going to be a bunch of small stuff throughout these, and even the decks. Unfortunately, I don't think there's nothing crazy. But my thought was it might all be pickable. There could be some cool stuff we could find in there and go through. So I figure why not? Panic Attacks? No, nothing there. Seekers, Golems, Portal. OG Portal is always nice. Dust, we got your Smiting Helix. No. Munitions Expert, MH1. MH1 can have some cool hits in there too. Commons, uncommons, believe it or not. Lots of smalls. Okay. All right, so digging through the commons box. Quote commons box. Oh, Naginata for the uncommon. Yavimai's Embrace. Just check some of these uncommons just in case. Nah, nothing worth going for. Lieges, Excludes, Mages. No, Mares. Prey Upon. Some duplication, which is fine. Again, when people sort things out, that just kind of happens. But as long as you don't see like that mass duplication, you're like, all right, this is really a mess, or it's staged or something like that, which I don't think this one is staged. I think it was from his collection, but I don't think it was like a good collection. Not like trashing on it, but I think it was just kind of like a mid-range collection. They probably didn't get too crazy into it. Death Sprouts, always like that art. That was cool from War of the Spark. Claustrophobias, Rakers. But again, I always see these and I'm like, it's such a wide range of sets. You wonder how the collection came together. I always think that, probably some friends chipped in, gave up some bulk, and said, here you go, enjoy this. And because that's what we did. I know, like when we had new people join our play group that were new to the game, they didn't have cards. We're like, hey man, here's like a couple thousand bulk from me, a couple thousand bulk from you. And I mean, it's small stuff, but it helps build decks and kind of gets you into collecting, gets a few things going, which is cool. So Izzet Charm from Double Masters, uncommon. Yeah, nothing really there. Thrall's Thirsts. Possession Thralls. Mirror Retrievers. Is that Modern Masters 13? I think. $1.21. Those are pullable. Those are like those very, very small pullables. They're worth like $1 or so. Is this Commander 16? And another one of these. Okay, yeah, $1 a piece. Little guys. There's 4 of them, sure. So smalls, man. It adds up. And that's what I love about these, because sometimes those smalls can be some pretty good things. You never know. Master Splicer, no, that's nothing. Skills. Trigon of Infestation from Scars. I don't think that's anything. Nah. Corrupts. Let's see. Gaze of Granite from Commander 18. Yeah, Commander 18. Rare. Yep, bulk rare. We'll still pull it, though. You pull any rares just in case. You never know if you could use it or whatever. MH1 Mirrors. 2-mana Infects, 2/1. When it becomes blocked, it gets +2/+2. Okay, yeah, sure. Returns. And that's stacked right there. Okay. Digging through the quote commons box. I see some whiteboard stuff. So yeah, the thing I like is that there is a wide variety of sets here. So you might have, even these charms are actually kind of playable in certain decks, if you got the right thing going on. Again, I'm talking about Commander specifically. So, but let's see, Remedy from Visions. Chimeras, just a bunch of Visions coms. I always like that art from Visions back in the day. Always loved the art from Visions. Mystic Veil. Trail and do Juju Bobble. I remember this card, but I don't know, it's probably just a common, but it's an uncommon. Incinerate. Old Ice Age, that's cool. Mirror. Oath, Invasion, uncommons. Core 21. So yeah, super wide range of sets here. I wonder if they just bought like maybe some like bulk sets online or whatever, sorted them out, and this is what they have. So they got some decks. They're kind of small ones, but it's impact. And I guess I never really played Standard much, so I don't think those are standard decks though, based on what the cards were and the ages and everything. Pioneer, again, I'm not really sure. Reverse Damage, that's a rare. That's a bulk rare, but it's a rare. Child Knights. Again, it's one of those things where there wasn't a set symbol, so maybe they just said, who knows? Uncommon Totem? No, there's nothing. Drakes. Paradise Druid, I think that's... Oh, that was probably reprinted Commander deck, yeah. That was actually like a pull one. Volcanic Hammer, classic. Sarah Angel, nice. Always love seeing those. Conclave. Modern Masters again, Bacon No Pie. A lot of Prophecy commons, man, but not the ones we're looking for. Necro Savant, 7th edition Seeker Skybreak. Commons, see some... one of these days, I'm telling you, I'm going to see some expropriates in some of these for commons. That would be great. All right, move this over. So I'm happy through this commons box already. Etchings of the Chosen. That was a applicable one before, but I think that was reprinted. The Worm, Judgment, Retribution, Goblin Tinkerer from Mirage. No. Helix, Blast, Flame. see. Especially when you get, some of these, especially if they're labeled common, like you don't expect too much, but you gotta look. There's, like I said, I already found a few pullables. Boxes like that, you don't really expect to really take anything out of them, but you never know. If you can grab a few bucks out of them, why not? The Spot Scepter, I feel like that's a rare for some reason. It is. 537, really? Market? Okay, that's like light play though, but sure. In the common box, I'm on Ket rare. Bulk. So going through. So honestly, like I said, finding a box is common, and you find a few things that's pullable, I'll take it. That's fine. Let's see. Again, take out like all the if there's lightning bolts, if there's counter spells, all that kind of stuff, they're perfect for pulls. Prince Wizards, no. Mirror Retrievers, again, I'll always take those, man. Those are worth like $1 a piece. Playable, buy listable, sellable, yep, absolutely. So many of those small things can just get like open in packs, they get left behind, and then they're always used. If they go a few years without a reprint, they're valuable. They hold a little bit of value. They're sellable. Isolation Promise, nothing there. Unicorns, Lorwyn, Nectar Fairy, and I don't think so. Probably not. No, not really. 3 of those. Open the Graves, Drill Bit. Guile, Cure, nothing, and Tempest. What is that? It's a common, doesn't matter. Okay. It's fine, it's some foreign language. All right, here's the end of the commons box. Start off with the simple stuff, right? So we can kind of warm up to it. Rapacious Dragons, Golden Eggs. It's Blue from Prophecy. Come on, one of these days I'm going to get one. Visions. This is all a bunch of bulk. Sporoscope for a common? No, I don't think so. Tavern Swindlers. No. Okay. Oh, a couple of rares in the close here. Nice. So, yeah, common box with some rares. I'm not sure why. 75 cents market, so probably buy list. We'll plea for guidance. Okay, 50 cents. Battle Bond, the Axithid, bulk. Ravnica Allegiance. Yeah, that's bulk right there. Doom Blast. Nothing. Pyxis of Pandemonium. Nothing. Mirror Propagator. $1.21. Okay, sure. Little guys. Why would there be those in the common box, though? Unless it just wasn't really sorted that well. Sarah, I don't know. Oh, there's a foil, I see. Festering Wound from Urza's. We'll scan it, right? Takes a second. Nah, nothing really. What is this? A very custom beast token from Card Kingdom. Okay. I guess. Mental Paths, Demolish. Where's like the gut shots? All those little commons that are worth pulling. Not going to see those. And a foil from Guilds of Ravnica. I know that's not worth anything. So, okay. That box is done. Let me just put this back in here. I'll put this aside. All right. Let's see. Well, if anybody wants a bunch of basic lands, let me know. That one box is just full of them. I'm sure I'll sort through later just to make sure there isn't any more of those Theros lands, but I'm not going to waste everyone's time with seeing that because no one wants to look at basic lands. All right. Get rid of this small little pickable pickable stack. All right, let's go utilities, whatever this means. Utilities. So, oh, okay. What do we got here? Empty card case. I really hate those cases, so I'm probably going to throw them in the trash, to be honest with you. What is this? Giant Growths, Negates. Yeah, those are utility cards. Sure, yeah. Cards you could use. What's this? Another Power Sink. Another one of these. Yeah, I was never a fan of these cases. I don't know. All right, what do we got here? Dragon Shield. Guessing it's a deck. It's another deck. Okay, sweet. All right, let's see. Okay, now let's get into something here. You know what? Let's get rid of these. Get this box. There we go. Let's move that. All right, so we got this guy here. These. Let's dig through. All right, so clearly we got a deck. Now let's see. Can we scan these with the thing? This is Commander 18, I think. Vraska the Unseen. 2 of them. They will see it. Bulk rare. Okay, that's okay. We'll set them aside. The Chosen. Storev. I know that's a bulk rare. Foil Path Arrows. It's a foil. Probably not worth anything. Battle for Zendikar. 85 cents market, so it's maybe buy listable. Storev again, bulk. Non-foes, nothing. Sidisi, Undead Vizier. 580 for dragons. Okay, two of those. Nice. Take those. First bigger hit. Let's say this set so far. 12 cents for that bulk rare. Deathbringer Regents. Rare, nothing. 31 cents. The Marauder Origins. 6 cents bulk Desecration Demon. 45 cents. A little bulk rare there. Leyline Prowler. That used to be a pickable uncommon. No, not anymore. Must be reprinted. Ruinous Path. I think we already scanned that one. Hornet Nest. That's a bulk. But we'll put it aside either way. Recluse, no. Prowler. Wasteland Vipers. It's a snake. It's a snake. Deadly Recluse. Scorpions. Nothing there. I'm guessing, is this like, gotta be Pioneer. I'm not sure. That's what I'm guessing it is. Desecration Demon again. Arrows, Recluse, Deathbringer Regents. Take those. Just pull these rares out. Grave Purge. Probably nothing there. Looks like probably like a good budget. Guessing a Pioneer deck. That's, again, my guess. Not sure. Never played Pioneer. Murder. Playable cards. Vipers. And lands. Any shock lands? That'd be nice. Basic lands. No. Okay. So we'll put these aside. Throw this back in here. All right, a couple of good little hits in that deck. See, that was the thing too, is I saw some of the decks and they weren't like heavy hitting decks. So I was like, okay, we'll see how it is. They were kind of like, small mid-range decks. I should actually say small. Copper. This looks like sleeves. Oh, okay, sleeves. Yep. Hey, I'll take free sleeves. Okay. Looks like we got some gold sleeves. Maybe are they gold actually sleeves? They're not. Okay, some sleeved cards, some not sleeved cards. All right, let's go through this. It's a red deck. We got your Thermal Alchemist, Eldritch Moon, just little commons. Bonfire of the Damned. Is that Modern Masters? I think. 220 market. Sure, we'll take that. Monster of Swiftspear. Those are pullables, right? 59 cents. Yeah, not really. Lava Spike, maybe. Pullables. Yeah, $1.32. Sure. Rekindling Phoenix. Rivals of Ixalan Mythic. Bulk. Satyr Fire Dancer. Quarter bulk rare. Experimental Frenzy. Guilds of Ravnica. Bulk. Lightning Bolts. Masters 25. Always pulls $1.25. Grim Lavamancer. I know that's bulk. Thraben. That's a cool one from Throne of Eldraine. Always like those. 240. Experimental Frenzy. Exquisite Firecraft from Origins. 66 cents. So definitely small stuff. Runaway Steamkin. That was a good thing for a while. No, not really. Saw that already. Slaying Fire Throne. I don't think that's anything. No, nothing there. Flamewick Phoenix. Unsleeved for some reason. Fate Reforged. Bulk rare. Thermal Alchemist. No. Rift Bolts. Nah. Nothing there. Another Bonfire of the Damned. Those are like 2 apiece. We'll take those. Rekindling Phoenix. Those are fine. We'll take those. Swiftspears. Yep. Pullables. Lava Spikes. Yep. Another Lava Spike from Ultimate Masters. $1.54. Again, it's all the small stuff. Yep. Skullcrack. I don't think so. No, nothing really there. Vexing Devil. Geez, I can't see that. 169. Lava Spikes are good. Yeah, pull those. Vexing Devils, pull those. Skullcracks, no thank you. Rares, bulk rares. More lightning bolts, always very nice. So this deck was okay. A few pickables out of here. Vexing Devils are good. Chandra the Firebrand, is that 15? $1.63 market, so nothing really there. So definitely it looks like some budget decks for sure. I mean, you don't need the most expensive decks to win, that's for sure. But yeah, this is definitely a budget one. That's okay. And mountains. Probably no other lands. Looks like they were pretty basic with their lands. Yep. Sometimes the land cycles in decks, value-wise, can really save them. Again, you get shock lands, you get fetch lands, just some crazy utility lands can do really good. But this person loved their basics. And there's nothing wrong with basics, I guess. Okay, so another little stack of smalls. All right. So it was labeled the utility box, but it was actually some decks, kind of. I guess we'll go with the uncommons here. And we got these deck boxes. I'll bring them over. These guys, and then these guys. I'm hoping this is some spicy stuff. Uncommons. All right, so the common box had uncommons and rares too, so I wonder what this has. All right, Sleep. Vessel, Oblivion Ring, Planar Cleansing. It's a rare. We'll take it. It's a bulk rare. Safe Passage, Pacifism, Weaver, Boomerangs, Dissensions, Cancels. So the common box has uncommons. The uncommon box has commons. This person was terrible at organizing their cards. Maybe that's why they sold them. They got fed up with it. Like, I can't sort these out anymore. It's too much. I get it, man. I get it. When you get a lot of cards, it can be brutal. All right, let's dig through. Jace's Triumph. Jace's Triumph. I don't think that's anything. No, I don't think so. Apparitions. Condescend from Iconic. I don't think that Iconic is worth anything, no. I like to check someone's uncommons. I mean, it literally only takes a second just to know if it's anything worth grabbing or not, especially when there's multiple. Spell Pierce. No. Okay. Let's just grab a stack here and go with it. Evolution Sage. Look how off-center that is. Jeez. Yeah, that's, let's see, where the Spark ones are 219. Yeah, okay, so that is a worth pulling uncommon. Nice. So hopefully we see like a million of those in there. That'd be nice. See, there is pullables. They're small. Again, you know, the point is I'm not doing this to find Black Lotuses and goddamn dual lands. It's just to find some cool stuff. Hopefully there's some cool things, but you never know. Cachet, Triumph, Claustrophobia. So tiny. Unsummons. That's like that Ixalan board game, right? Isn't that what that was? Umbra's Mana Geyser. That's a pullable right there. Conspiracy, right? Yep, 286 market. Yep, that's pullable. Those will work. Giant Growths, Zendikars Royal, Spore Weaver from 21. No. Okay. And we roll on. Lava Runners, Elites. So it's funny. There was a, I was showing some friends I play with on Discord. There was a Shop Goodwill listing I was looking at the other day. Act of Treason. Foil from Core 25. I don't think that's foiled anything, but I'm going to look. There was this listing on shopgoodwill.com. It was 200 and I think it was 79 pounds of Magic cards. Oh my God. It was like, it was binders, it was boxes, it was deck boxes, it was like shoe box, anything you think of, it was there. I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh my God. I watched it. It finished up for Electrostatic Field. Yeah, so $126. I knew that was a pullable. It finished up, I think, at like $3.5 grand. And but the problem was, like, I really wanted to look at it. The problem was there was no pictures of the actual cards. It was just all these boxes. I'm like, that is such a risky one. It would have been really fun to look through. Bulk rare, but that is a 100% gamble. I'm like, that's a little too much for my blood. Heartless Summoning, $119. Sure, a little pullable action there. Rescue from the Underworld. Weird. Okay. Small pullables in here, man. It's nothing big. I think the most expensive card we found altogether is like 2 $5 cards in Sidisi's, and that's about it. It's okay. We keep going. Let's see, Chris. Yeah, this it was almost 300 pounds of Magic cards, and it was binders, and it was boxes. It was crazy. I was just like, that would be fun to go through. It would take like probably a couple of weeks, but it would have been cool. And I was watching it, but I was like, nah. Once I hit like $3 grand, I was like, nah, I'm out. I was like, that's. I'm not going to gamble that much. Let's see. Everflowing Chalice, Commander 14. Nah, it's not really pullable. Good card. It's a good little cheap card, but Blasts, Undos, Grasps, Glistener Elves, New Phyrexia. Yeah, that's actually a buy listable card, believe it or not. All right, another one of those. We'll pull those out. Glistener Elves, sure, just pull them out. Go into a buy list pile, why not? See a little rare poking out from the back. Pyroclasms, kind of sends, rethinks, Charms. Clue Stones, no. Future Sight from Onslaught. $1.02, I guess that's pullable. Rhystic Deluge from Prophecy. Wrong Rhystic. Damn it. It's so close. All right, it's okay. One of these days we will find one. Daxos, Commander 18. I bet you this is like that Star City Games thing. These are the kind of rare. So when you buy like those, like 1,000 rares or whatever from those companies, it's just a bunch of bulk garbage. It literally is a bunch of bulk garbage. Actually, I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. This one's $1.86 market. So you can get, maybe over time that things that aren't reprinted, they actually can go up a little bit in value, but absolutely nothing crazy. Callous Giants. No, bulk stuff. Guild packs. Old sets, which is cool, but yeah. I guess if things sit long enough in a box, they can get a little bit of value, but I wouldn't plan on it. Scanning them all, but nothing really there. No, all bulk stuff. Bosch, that's bulk. Captain, that's bulk. Boom Engine, yeah, bulk. Rogue Elemental from Onslaught. I've never seen that card before. 92 cents. Okay, so super value there. All right. Anyways, I'm again though, if I'm looking through a box called Uncommons, I'm finding rares. It's cool. I'll take the rares. Onslaught rares mobilization. Okay, $1.13. Sure, we'll take that. That's nothing. What is this? Scourge of Skull of Vale. Bulk rare. Saheeli used to be a decent playable. No, not anymore. Do or Die Invasion. Okay. Jesus Christ, is that right? $8.79? Really? Okay. So that's probably the best hit so far. Do or Die. Beat up. Heavy play for sure. So definitely not $8.79. Separate creature target player controls in 2 face-up piles. Destroy all creatures the pile that player chooses. They can't be regenerated. Oh, okay, so pretty interesting. All right. That's a fun commander card. Niven, is it? It's a dragon. We'll take it's a dragon. Blood Tribute. Sure. 505. Okay, we're actually finding some stuff in the uncommon box now. Goblin Chain Whirler. 56 cents. Okay, so there's a few things. Shivan Dragon. Not even going to scan it. Flame Blast Dragon. 27 cents. Nothing there. Gracious Form. Plague Mirrors. Let's scan them. $1.11. Yeah, Plague Mirrors. $1.11 each. Here we go. Courser Crewfix. Born of the Gods. It's a couple bucks probably, right? 202. The Firebird. City of Guilds. Guild Kit? Okay. All right, that's nice. It's kind of a nice little surprise when you find a chunk of little rares like that in a bulk box. $3.35 for the Mandate of Peace. All right, I'll take that. Alloy Mirror foils from Modern Masters 15. See, these Master sets, again, foils actually matter in these Master sets. I know they're commons, but like I'm curious enough. I'm gonna at least check. It takes 2 seconds to scan. Well, maybe it takes 2 seconds to scan them. Okay, they're not gonna scan, so I'll set them aside, deal with them later. Wayfaring Temple, I'm pretty sure that's bulk. Yeah. Revised Stream of Life. Foil Promise of Bunry. All right. Underworld Dreams. Theros Beyond Death. That should be a pullable. Yeah, 232 for the uncommon. Regulars, soldiers. Caterpillars, splinters, clear the paths, trolls. Lots and lots of. I always love that. That art is so good from War of the Spark. The Hounds, companion, split cards. Gaia's Mites, Riders, nothing. Okay. And no, nothing. So it's funny, you can find some small things in this collection, which is nice. And again, we haven't got to like the main decks, I'm guessing, which are in the deck boxes, plus the rare box. So hopefully there's some really good stuff in there. I'm hoping. Because I really didn't see a lot from the listing. You know, the last one I did, that was that Goodwill one. Like that was honestly like a really blind buy. This one is not as blind, but it's, you know, again, you can't see everything. You simply can't. So you have to judge it based on, you're judging it not just on the listing. Oh, counterspells, always take those. Nice, $1.68. But you have to judge it on the seller. You have to judge it. Oh, OG Zendikar lands. Those aren't really worth a lot, but you know what? I'll scan one just for fun. I don't think they're worth much. 34 cents. They're cool though. I'll pull those. I like those. Overrule. Boomerang. But yeah, you have to judge, like, you have to really, like, you got to really investigate the listings, like every little part of it. And it's one of those things where some people, I just enjoy doing it. I love kind of digging through to see, like, all right, is this real? Is it a bunch of crap electrostatic fields? Those are pullables we did before, I believe, right? Yeah, they're pullables. I think that might be a good comment. No, it's not. And it's one of those things, like, I enjoy doing it. And for those that do it as well, I mean, you know what I'm talking about, where, like, you get to, like, just dissect the listing piece by piece. You try to figure out what's up with the seller. You try to figure out what's up with the listing. You know, are the pictures all blurry? Are they, like, from far away? You know, there's so many things that are, like, obvious fakes. And that's what you try to stay away from. It's funny because this past week, there was a couple different collections that I was really wanting to get. And look at these giant growths. Okay, like for example, there's one I was looking at, right? And it was like 5 boxes of cards, probably like 5,000 cards, and they showed like 3 pictures in the whole listing of like 5,000 cards, which that's a bad sign right away. And Oko the Trickster, this is from the Planeswalker deck. This is the not good one. Phyrexian Swarmlord, $1.84, sure. Hand of the Praetors from Scars. $4.89. That'll work. Soul Rings. Oh, always take Soul Rings. Come on now. High Tides. Don't need to scam. Those are wins. Crawworm, the old classic Crawworm from back in the day. If you played back in the day, you know Crawworm was the best card in the world. Second Harvest. There's a good pullable. 248. Pacifism. Gavney Township from OG Innistrad. 210. Pullable. Everflame Chalice. Riz the Redeemed. From the list. Okay. Shadowmoor from the list. Not Double Masters. What's the list version? $7.55. Okay. So actually, I'll be honest with you. Some of these $7 cards are better. I didn't think they'd have any of these in here. I thought it was gonna be a lot of like $2 to $3 cards, honestly. Like I was like, hey, if I can get like 100, 120, 100, like $2 to $3 cards, I'll be happy and see how it goes. So some of these $5, $7 cards are good. Soul Ring, yep, always take those. But there's this collection I was saying, it was like, there's only 3 pictures, about 5,000 cards, which is weird when you have that many cards, you're not gonna show that many pictures. Plague Mirror, I feel like that was pullable. Yeah, that is pullable, okay. Hand of the Praetors, that was a good one, right? Yeah, that was like a $5 hit. Phyrexian Unilife, okay. 67, that's kind of bulkish, but 2 of those. And so they weren't showing many pictures in this listing. And I was like, let me like contact them, right? Because the listing they showed, it was like 10 cards spread out, and it was like vintage good stuff with like, you know, some $5, $10, $20 cards. Ristic Deluge again. And I was like, okay, like, and that's all they showed. So I said, let me contact this person and see if I can get some more information. So for 3 days in a row, I sent a message, hey, can you send me some pictures? I'm really curious about this collection. I want to buy it. Nothing. 3 days in a row was messages like that. No, I got 0 response whatsoever. So finally I said, screw it, I'm gonna have some fun with this person. So I messaged them and I said, so it's all bulk, huh? That's all I said. And literally 5 minutes later, they responded to me. I was like, yep, okay. And then I looked at their selling profile and what they were selling, and they were selling a bunch of Magic cards. Bulk lots, some singles, and I go, oh, this is a totally staged collection. And I'm like, and it was already up to like $500. And I was like, no, it sucks. I go, someone's gonna spend $500 in that and get like $30 in value. Like if I spend $500 in a collection and I only get like $300 back, like I'm okay with that. Like I can live with that because there was something in there. Mage Slayer, that's a pullable. That's a pullable uncommon. Yeah, $1.21. And so it's when I see those that it really bothers me because it's like people are Cooling Oracle. That's a good card, but nah, it's not really pullable. Invade the City. But that's what bothers when people like legitimately are trying to screw people over. Like that's not cool. Ancient Craving. Growth from the Ashes. Those used to be playable. Nah, not anymore. Become Immense. Yeah, like and it was funny because like I really want to bid in that collection, and once he responds to me right after I was like, this is all probably bulk, right? And he said, then he actually commented, that's a bulk rare. I was like, all right, I knew this was 100% a scam, and that's why I feel bad about those because someone's gonna get screwed like really bad. The Eulogist, bulk rare. Like someone's gonna get screwed really bad. They're probably gonna drop $500, $600 on it, and they're gonna get nothing in value. And that's just a shitty thing to do. Like, don't do that. It's just a terrible thing. Primal Death, I'm pretty sure that's a bulk rare. 61 cents, yeah. Sign of the Wild 10th edition. Bulk Psionic Worm. $1.74. Okay. White Sun Zenith Commander 14. 37 cents. Okay. How many unsummons and these Ristics. Unsummons and giant growths we found in this thing? A lot. That's the answer. A lot. Okay. Small little stack in this box. This box is done. Yeah, so again, all these $5 and $7 cards, I mean, these are bonuses because any of this stuff I wasn't expecting much. Really not. You figure bulk boxes are just garbage, nothing really good in there. So anything you find is a bonus. Love the old Stone Reinhardt, very cool. Diamond Knights, Mana Leak, Spell Pierce, Scouts. And so far, in the few collections that I put on here, I'll be honest with you, I'm happy with all of them. You know, the whole point of doing these then, that art is incredible. The whole point of doing all these was just to see, again, if there are pickable collections out in the wild. And again, already, I'm going to say this is already a success. It's not so much about the value of if I can make a profit, which I always say, I'm not trying to make a profit here. That's not the goal. I'm not doing this to make money. It's just for fun. It's a dragon. I'm going to scan it just because. Hoarding Dragon. No, nothing. But it's the enjoyment of actually going through collections and seeing kind of fun stuff out there. And honestly, reliving this past of like, you know, what's out there. Chimera from Visions, that's not a rare, is it? No, it's uncommon. And the value, the fun stuff, getting the value is just a bonus. So things like this, I'm going to go ahead and say, I'm pretty sure this is a non-picked collection. I don't think it's like a high-end collection. Like I said, I wasn't expecting that in the first place. All right. Oh, a few left in here. But already, there's better value than I thought there was going to be honest with you. Power Sync from Ice Age, Roland Rangers. Research Leverage Base Lamp, put on Battlefields. It's probably nothing. I'm going to scan it just for the heck of it, but yeah, nothing. I don't think so. When there's like 7 of a card or 10 of a card, I'm like, well, I'll scan it. All right. That one's done. So I think we got to move on to that rare box. That's what I'm thinking. Let's get this out of the way. So I've already got a decent little stack of pullables. Again, scanning app, it says it's about like $145, which I know that's not accurate, but because a lot of those things are like the, 5, 10, 20 cents that are removed. Probably take like half of that as far as the actual value, maybe. But it's actually not bad so far, considering this is just kind of local stuff. All right, get rid of that. Now let's go with... Yeah, let's do the rare one. Let's see what this is. If it's actually rares. I'm not really going to trust these, to be honest with you, because the other ones haven't been accurate fully. So let's just grab a stack. And I would imagine a rare box is probably mostly bulk rares if it is foil. Battle Bond, okay. See, anything before War of the Spark, remember, there wasn't collector packs, so actual foils matter. So there are some commons. I'm not going to scan these right now, unless I see something I really recognize. But a lot of commons aren't... What is that? Whoa, what is that? I've never seen that system before. It's like a flame. Is that like the fire and ice dual deck or something like that? Maybe that's what that is. That's probably what that is. The foiling is really nice. But like a lot of old foils, there can even be some commons or uncommons that can have a lot of value if they weren't printed foils anywhere else. So these are probably nothing. I'll go through them later. If I see something that's definitely like a playable, I'll check it. But was it like a promo card? That's a promo card. That's pretty cool. Probably nothing, but... I don't think the Bueller is a big sought-after card. That's okay. Core 14. I'm going to scan it for the heck of it. Yeah, nothing. If you get some even decent playables in their old foils, they could have a little bit of value. Whelming Wave, Born of the Gods. Bulk now. Some foils. That's the... oh, God, what's that called? The Graveborn deck. That's a really cool... I always like when I see that set symbol. Graveborn? Is that what it is? I think that's what it is. 932 for the Putrid Imp. Okay. It looks like it's in near mint condition, too. Wow, 932 market. I'll take that. So technically, that's the highest scanned card so far. Cutthroat, Daggers, Falls, Buzzards. Wow, okay. And... I mean, it's a common, but like, if that's like the certain version of it, a certain art, or like, and that's when you get a foil or something like that, then that's the foil version. It's going to be the expensive one, plain and simple, until they reprint it. No foil rares yet. Disenchants, nothing there. It's got to be that's got the Fire and Ice one, right? I think that's what that is. I've never had it, but that's a really cool foiling. Is that dual decks? Premiums, yeah, Fire and Ice. Fire and Lightning, I'm sorry. Fire and Lightning. People that know what it is are like, Jay, you're a moron. It's Fire and Lightning. Sorry, I never played it before. I don't know what it is. All right, Ultimate Masters. Iconic Masters. Masters 25. A lot of Masters sets. Journey to Nyx. Guilds, Dominaria. Okay, foils. So foil box, or is this a rare box? Hushbringer foil rare, okay. Throne Drain. It did have collector packs. But for people that know about Throne Drain collector packs, that's a whole different ballgame. Whoa. Okay, Archfiend of Depravity, Fate Reforged foil. Is this the promo? Wait a minute, is that the promo? Is it? Intro pack. It's scanning at 2073 market. Mid is 15, low is 689. Okay. I mean, condition is good. I mean, I'm sure if the low is 689, I'll take that for sure. All right. Shamanic Revelation, that is a pre-release card. 17th, 18th January 2015. That's a cool one. $144, that's the AFR commander. That's not it. Pre-release Shamanic Revelation 309. That's cool. I like seeing those old pre-release cards. It's nice. Metalwork Colossus for the foil. 65 regular foil, 61 cheaper for the foil song. 633, sure. Tristani, that's a bulk, I'm pretty sure. No, 419. All right. This is turning out way better than I thought it was. Conqueror's Pledge from OG Zendikar, 30 cents. Citadel's Commander 14. Yeah, it's pullable. Flame Blast Dragon. It's a dragon. And it's a 25-cent dragon. And there's 3 of them. So not even $1. Full Flowering. $1.49. All right. Blood Tribute. I guess I already scanned it before. Okay, I'm pulling either way. Siphon Soul. Soren's Vengeance. $5.76. No, that's a list reprint. What's the original? The list reprint's $5.76. The original one, 98 cents. That's so funny. The reprint's worth more. Okay, 35 cents for that one. Man of Bloom, I know that's a bulk. Braid of Fire. This is the retail. Mystery Booster retail. In the back of everyone there is the foils. Very cool from Cold Snap. I love the mystery retail packs because everyone has a foil in the back, and it's like a not a spell swindler. Not a spell swindler. Come on. All right, I got typed in Braid of Fire. I love that set because every pack has a foil in it, and it's like a kind of a vintage foil, and so it's really cool to get those. Braid of Fire, list reprints, $15.79. Yeah, that's near mint, so I'm going to call that the best hit so far. Awesome. Piper the Swarm, Throne of Eldraine. Nothing there. Ultimate Masters. I tell you, I like these foils. This was a nice surprise. Teamwork Charm for a foil income. I'll scan it. It's worth checking. Khan's foil is $1.01. Yep, so it's probably buy listable. All these foils I'll scan later. I'll check these out. I don't think there's any of these. Most of these aren't too good, but there was a few gems in there for sure. And I could see if someone thought they weren't really valuable, you throw in a box, you forget about them, and there you go. Sengir Vampire, the uncommon from Revised. Yeah, $1.31, maybe. Plane Shift, 39 cents for that. Okay. Sweet. So not bad. Definitely some good hits there. All right. I haven't really even got to like the rare section. I guess this is it now. Goblin Char Whirler. Rare. Stone Rains, Flux Channel, that's a pullable from War of the Spark. Yeah, $1.97, 1, 2, 3 of those. Wooden Spheres, an uncommon. Mythic, Pearl Lake Ancient. Cons, 37 cents, nothing there. Cyclopedia Risen Reef, those are pullables from Core 20. Oh, they were 59 cents. They used to be like actual pullables. Kolaghan, Storm's Fury, Commander 17. 83 cents. We got the Savior from Onslaught. 33 cents bulk. Reduced to Dreams, 54 cents bulk. Sky Lasher, I'm sorry. CGN Commander, yeah, it's bulk. Stench Skipper. Morningtide. The other videos I was calling Eventide, Morningtide, but that's Morningtide. I know someone called it PAX this morning. Response and Resurgence, nothing. The Avengers, bulk. Barrage. Ornate Kanzashi, okay. Sure, a lot of these are probably bulk. I'm going to quick scan. It takes me a second to scan, so I'm going to go through them each one by one. Why not? Bulk. And I wonder again if some of these were like from like a Star City Games bulk lot or these from packs. Most likely, a lot of these are probably from like a Star City Games bulk lot. I'm sure that's what it was. Which is fine because again, if they sit there for a couple years, they're not reprinted. Like I said, the price will go up a little bit, become playable, become sought after. If not reprinted, and people got to find them. 20 cents. Bulk stuff. New Scrap. Nah, Mob, that's bulk. The Fiend, that's bulk. Goliath. Yeah. Integral Mentor. Carousel. $1.29. Triskaidekaphobia. No. Goliath. I'm sure that's exactly what this was. Solar Tide. The Bonds. Archon. Art of Ruin. Souls. Harvest. Devil's Play. Mangara, that might be decent. No. So I'm sure most of this is bulk. That's okay. Phyrexian Rebirth, that's a playable. Bulk, though. Gaze, Orders. Mammoth, that's a bulk. Aesthetic. Lavalanches. A lot of Commander stuff. A lot of Master stuff, too. Okay. Some cool smalls there. I'm guessing this is probably a huge, huge bulk box with a few good hits mixed in there somewhere, but that's what we're looking for. Wildfire from 7th edition. Okay. Nothing really there. The Lich Lord. Sure, we'll scan that. Why not? No. Touch. Seer. Tooth and Claw. Tooth and Claw? No. Vanguard. Day of the Dragons. Well, it's a dragon thing, so you never know. No. 4th edition Reflect Damage. Earthlink. Ice Age? Yeah. Kabu's Doppelgangers. Hounds. That probably goes a little quicker because there's probably nothing major in here. Ascendancy, Elementals. Reckoning. See, there's a foil, though. A Crow and Horse. Magus the Abyss. Glenhorn Buccaneer. That's a good one. Yeah, 474. Okay, that'll work. Colossus. No. Arcanist, maybe? 75 cents, not really. Carry Zev, the Starship Rider. Raider. Foil, let's see. Nah, quarter. Nothing really. Blade Splicer, I don't think so. Hex. Enraged Forerunners, no. Crabs. Helions. Sphinxes. Collected Conjuring, MH1. No. Dreadhorde Invasion. Opens Insight, no. Tusker Crawler. Othakaya, I don't think so. Crawler, no. Drakes, I don't think so. Oh, okay. Vile Drake. See, this is okay. Weird. New Phyrexia at 363 for the uncommon. A little dinged up though. But yeah, it's. Whoa. What is this? What the heck is this? Force of Nature, 9th edition. It's like an old Surge. What the heck is this? Is this like a Surge foil before Surge foils were a thing? The hell is that? I've never seen that before. Oh, I gotta type you in. Obviously some kind of promo or something like that. Force of Nature. Such a classic card, Force of Nature. 30th Anniversary Edition. Promo. 9th edition oversized cards. First place, no. I don't know what the hell this is. Launch party and release promo? Yep, launch party and release promo. That's cool. It's only like 61 cents. It's not worth anything. But I've never seen that before. Well, if I ever throw Force of Nature in a deck, that's the one I'm going to use. That's awesome. I like it. And that's the thing, too, is like with some of this stuff, it's not about always the value. Maybe just find some cool random stuff. Welling Jar, $1.97. Those are pullable uncommons. Bant Charm, maybe? No. You can just find some weird stuff like that you've just never seen before. It's pretty awesome. Butcher of Malakir, playable. Black Knights, no. Kraken's Eye. Kraken's Eye, whenever player plays a blue spell, you gain a life. Okay. Spirit of Labyrinth, Born of the Gods. Bucko 8s, Game Plan. Buck 28s. Cycle Bulls, that's Bull. Crackling Doom. Palladium Mirror, those are good. Those are pullable uncommons. Oh, they used to be. Never mind. They used to be Ethereum, maybe. Nothing there. And 48 cents for that. Okay. Not bad, though. Still find some cool stuff. I like that Force of Nature. That was definitely not the most expensive card in this collection, but so far, it was the coolest card. Okay, promo stuff. Gutter Snipe. A little promo. Is that the old promo stamp? $1.69. Sure. Open house promos. Okay. Face commanders for commander decks. So definitely could be some stuff you'd see in bulk stuff for sure. Jira, that's a good commander. Castle of Antris. Those can be cool. Kadena. This is commander 18. Bonfire of the Damned. I think we saw those earlier, right? Yeah, in some of the decks. Intet the Dreamer. It's a dragon. It's not a big one. Song of the Damned. That's a wild foiling right there. Song of the Damned, $1.11 from Ice Age. Geist Honored Monk. That is wild foiling. Foil from Innistrad. Sure. Let's see what we got here. Innistrad, 27 cents. Foil, 202. Looks a little beat up, though, but still a pretty cool pullable. Overlord. Nothing. Victor's Herald. See, I'm not even scanning all these rares, too, because like I know they're not all going to be good. But there are some random ones that are. That's the thing. Infernal Contract from Mirage. Is that a rare? It is. $1.10, sure. Thunder Dragon. 70 cents. I have Wisdom. Oh, that's one of the partners. I doubt the other partner's in here. 210. Memory Erosion. Anthology, I think. 535. No, that's the Jumpstart version. No, that's the Shards of Alara version. I'm sorry. Anthology 644. Even more. Very nice. We'll take that. Now he has Intervention from Theros Beyond Death. Nothing. Corpse Jack. Foil Shock. Counterlash. Planar Cleansing. Nothing really there. Goliath. A lot of this is just bulk stuff. Elemental. Ranks. Nope. What's this? Detritivore? Detritivore. Detritivore. I can't say that. Either way, it's 475. That'll work. Bomb Mass Mutation. I don't think that's anything there. Nope. There's a lot of random stuff in here that's good. Goring Ceratops. Bucko 6. Sure. I don't think that's anything. Shacklegeist. Bloodhall Priest. Bounties. No. Key to the City. Maybe. Maybe. Buck 74. Sure. Brian Stoutarm. 69 cents. Centuries, 8th edition. Evangelized, Time Shifted, Hogak. That's a pullable one, I think. 95 cents, yeah. Storm's Fury, we had one of those. Joe Flagship. Visidrix. Outburst. Mindbend. Cool art there. 94 cents pullable. Chittering Witch. 80 cents. A lot of pullables. And again, some of this is actually buy listable. I'll probably just, honestly, I'll go through it all because I will find some more that I didn't scan. Again, if it's buy listable, I'll just shoot it off. I'm not going to take it. Gargoyle, no. Buccaneer, Vizier, Primordial, Dwinin, maybe? Nah, not really. The Coil. I'm willing to bet that this was like a Star City Games 1,000 rare lot that they just shipped out to someone for like 30 bucks. 115 for the Wake. Okay, I'll take that. The Feud. That thing and that guy right there. So my guess is this is probably what this was. Is a person that just collected very simply and cheaply, and this was like a 1,000 card rare lot. They added some stuff to it, probably got some packs, things like that, and it actually ended up having some decent little hits in there that after a while showed a little bit of value. So let's finish off this box and see what else we find. Put this there. Okay. So Innistrades, Visitors. I'm probably not going to scan all of this, honestly, because you can see it. You can kind of recognize it if you know something that's cool. I will scan it all later, but no need to do all of it right now because there are like a few hundred more rares. Paladin, Siren, Alson's Dawn, Flame Tendrils. It's a promo. F&M promo. Okay, it's not worth anything. Savine, that was the face commander for the Mystic Intellect deck. I doubt we'll see the... a Dockside Extortionist in here, but you never know. Okun, try that one for the partner. 256, yep. Take that, because I think we had the other one. Mana Geyser again, we'll take those. Those are always nice, 292. It's a dragon, I'm going to scan it just because. 38 cents. It's not good. It's another dragon. I'm going to scan it just because. 60 cents, okay. It's a dragon, we're going to scan it just because. There's nothing there, okay. We tried. It's a dragon. Okay, no more dragons, no more dragons. Form of the Dragon. A lot of dragons. Red Sun Zenith, maybe. Banefire, maybe. Banefire 111. The 1, 2, 3 Banefires. Burn from Within. Foil Burn from Within. Let's scan one, see if it goes. Don't. Nope. Boneyard Parlay, Commander stuff. The problem is a lot of 9 lives. That's actually a pullable one. Bright Flame Battle Bond. Oh, 43 cents. Vertis the Veil. I think that's a decent one, isn't it? Yeah, 612. That was a good one. That's a good partner. Daleable Pact, Boneyard, that's bulk, Heartless Summonings. Another Red Sun Zenith, another Red Sun Zenith, Siren, Chaos Imps, that thing. Can the 100 men take out the gorilla? I don't know. We'll never know. We'll never know. It'll always be a mystery. Okay. Last small stack of this rare box. I tell you, I like this rare box. A lot of good hits in there that probably weren't at the time they put it in there, to be perfectly honest with you. So, Dedapult, Helion, the Axe. So I'm happy with this. Dictative Crufix, Apocalypse Worm, Teferi's Puzzle Box. Another mystery retail list card, but still, that's a cool hit right there. Not the Jumpstart version. Mystery list reprints 1061. Very nice. 4th edition Dark Rituals. Not alternate. Not alternate. Not alternate. Those 4th edition ones go for not 370 market. Definitely not 370, but that's what they say they are. Nikolai's Dark Rituals. Beseech the Queen. 335, Beseech the Queen. 2 of those. Nice. We'll take those. Alter the Brood. Alter the Brood, 1249. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Is that cons? Jesus. So $50 in that right there. $50 in Alter the Broods. Yeah, sure. We'll take that. Right of Bells and Luck. Nothing there. So all the ones that I probably wasn't scanning because I'd recognize them, there probably was some nice little hits in there. Maybe. Demonic Embrace. Delver into Evil. Always love the art. Not a good card. Standard Bearer. Passage from Apocalypse. 74 cents. No. Gravewaker. Let's see. Standard Fall. Nope. Judgment. Force. Battlesphere. I think that's what it was, though. It's a dragon. Another promo card there. Let's see. Anything good? No. 33 cents. Counterpart. Mana Clash. Night Howler. What's this? The Nomad from Torment, I believe. Profaner of the Dead. No. Nightmare. Classic card. Nightmare. Not worth any. Sphinx. Thopter Spy Network. Crossing Colossus. Zoologists. Primordial Reclaimers. Okay. Metro the Meek, maybe? No. Sphinx, that. Butcher Org. That's a cool art. No, and then the old Future Sight from MH1. Okay. So, very cool. That was actually a really cool box. There was a lot of good pickables in that, which there probably, again, there probably shouldn't have been if it was years ago. It was probably bulk stuff. But that's what a lot of these things did was these companies, they send out a bunch of like bulk rares. They still do it to this today. And you can get a bunch of cheap cards. Like if you look at, a lot of collections online, like, hey, 6,000 cards for $50. A lot of those collections you see online, it's a bunch of garbage. It really is. So don't ever fall for them. It's not worth it. You're better off just buying some singles. Okay, last box before we get to the deck box. Deck boxes. This one's not labeled, so I have no idea what we got here. Uh-oh, more lands. Uh-oh, it's a land box. Is this a land box? This might be a land box. Oh, it's a land box. Well, give me some more than just basics. No. Don't tell me I got 2 land boxes. Yeah, okay. Probably 2 land boxes. Yeah. Basic lands, basic lands. Well, I got enough basic lands to last the rest of my life now, so that's good. Oh, okay. Nope, not basics. Bladed Fens, Gorge, Obelisk of Naya, Guild Gates, basics. Not even old basics either. Okay, let's check this last stack here. Okay, maybe these are non-basics. All right, let's see. Cataracts, Gorges, Thickets, Steps. I mean, honestly, a good budget. More Unknown Shores. They're like, Oasis, maybe? No, nothing there. You know what, though? Like, all this stuff is actually little bounce lands. Iconic Masters, bounce lands. Nah, those aren't. Golgar, some of these bounce lands. I know, like, the Double Masters ones, maybe just the Borderless ones are valuable, but probably not these. But, hey, if you're building decks, I mean, Cold Snap. That's kind of cool. Nothing. And then a random Eldrazi in there. Eldrazi enchantment. So, hey, you know what? These are the kind of things, though. If you're building decks, these are good budget cards to have in there. Unknown Shore. What's with the Unknown Shores? I gotta know. The Academy? I'm gonna guess nothing else in here, probably. Yeah, I don't think so. Last little stack. Buried Ruin, Double Masters. Yeah, 214. That's a pullable one. Okay. Oh, there's just something in there. Let's see. Hey, Tron lands. We'll pull those. Yeah, Tron lands. Okay. Pullable. It's like you can find Tron lands in any collection. Hickory Woodlet from Arcadian Masks. 210. Sure. Okay. Cradle of the Accursed. I'm not going to bother with that. Pan Bluffs. Well, okay, there's something in here at least, so it wasn't a total loss for this box. Nothing else, nothing else, nothing else. Grim Backwoods. It's a rare. No, it's a bulk rare. Of course there wouldn't be shocks or fetches. That's okay. All right, so this one's done. Now we can get to the real good stuff. Hopefully the real good stuff, the deck boxes. Again, I wouldn't surprise me if oddly enough, if that was the good stuff already in the other boxes. Because again, the decks that I saw, I didn't see all of them, but they weren't spectacular, but they were decks. So there has to be some kind of playables in there at least. But let's get rid of these lands, and then let's just go piece by piece and go through it. So it looks like 4 deck boxes to finish it off. Let's start with this guy right here. Well, at least they use good sleeves. That's good to know. All right, let's see. Yeah, definitely a budget play, that's for sure. Oko. We'll pull those Bladed Agents. Okay. New Phyrexia, common. $140. We'll take 2 of those. Counterspell, Eternal Masters, you know. Pullables, another Bladed Agent. Nice. Phyrexian Swarmlord again. $171. Hand of the Praetors, Scars. I feel like we pulled some of these earlier, didn't we? Yeah, I think that was like 4 or 5. Glistener Elf. We pulled some of those. They were pullables. Aquacious Form. Sol Ring. This isn't a commander deck, though. I don't know. I really don't know. Counterspells. Yeah. Plain-white Celebrations. I don't think so. 79 cents. Buy listable. Bladed Agent. How many Bladed Agents is that? Is this even a deck? 1, 2, 3, 4. If I see one more, this person's a cheater. If I see one more, this is a cheating player. Hey, the Prayers again, very nice. Glistening Elf, nice. Inexorable Tide, $3.85. Drake, I think we had one of those earlier. That was like $3. This is actually a pretty good deck. Drakes are $3 a piece. Condescends, those were nothing, right? Yeah. Flux Channelers, those were $1 something. We took care of those earlier. Spinebiter, 58 cents. That's buy listable, I think. Plain Wides will take. Inexorable Tides will take. Yep. These are all pullables, man. Sure. All $1, $2 cards, bunch of land. Come on, give me one shot. Black. Why is there swamps? I didn't see any black cards. This is weird. All right, but you know what? That was cool. I could break down that deck and get a bunch of cool stuff out of there. Sweet. All right. Yeah, definitely. It's funny though. If you look at those, a lot of those was like, you know, small rares, but like decent, like more expensive commons than commons. So 100%, I'm gonna say it was a budget player. But there was still some value in it, you know. And again, that's the thing, is it doesn't have to be a wildly expensive, crazy collection to have some valuable hits. This is something we looked at the beginning. Demigod of the Revenge, $1.60. That's the Shadowmoor version. This is the Modern Masters version. Modern Masters, 54 cents. Okay, so even less. 1, 2, 3 of those. Spawn of Mayhem, Mythic from Ravnica Allegiance. Bulk. I'm sure this is nothing. Skeleton. Another Demigod. Bonfire of the Damned. Didn't we pull like 6 of these already out of this collection? Dark Rituals. We'll always take those revised. A couple bucks. Ruinous Path. We already did one of those. Lightning Bolt from M10. Buck on those all day long. Buried Alive. I think Anthology. Is that right? Whoop. Whoop. Anthology 2. $4.51. Yeah, we'll take 2 of those. Dark Rituals are nice. Ruinous Paths, they're rare. Hellrider. 54 cents. Buried Alive again. Take those. Dark Rituals. Yep. Vexing Devils. I'll take those 2. A lot of good pullables, man. Again, this is what it's all about. So, Torment of Scarabs. I don't think that's anything. No. Vexing Devils. Yep. Mayhem. Bulk. We'll take them. Bonfires. Vexing Devils. Ruins. Buried Alives. Awesome. Hellriders. And probably no shock lands or fetch lands. So someone tell me, is this a Pioneer deck? I really have no idea. It can't be standard, right? Even for any time. Unless they just didn't do formats and they were just putting decks together for fun. That could be a possibility too. People are just playing kitchen table Magic and they don't give a shit about formats. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm a big advocate. If people want to play just whatever fun format they want, go ahead. Enjoy yourself, play the game. You don't, you know, I hate this. I don't want to sound too bad, but like, forget about the rules for a little while. Have a good time. This looks like a thick deck. This looks like a commander deck, and I saw that Niv Mizzet poking on the back. So I'm guessing, I'm going to take a guess if this is a Niv Mizzet deck. We'll see if this is a commander deck or not. Niv Mizzet, $2.76. Okay. Let's see what we can do here. Lands. If it's a commander deck, show me some utility lands. Show me some shocks. Basics, 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 basics. Person love their basics. Psychic Barrier. No, bulk there. Arcane of the Ignipitus. Electrostatic Field we pulled before. Those are pullable. Mystic Retrieval. Nope. Baral, nice little rare right there. $1.72. Psychic Rebuttal. Nope. Jace's Sanctum. Propagandas are always good. JC, that's pullable. Propaganda, sure. We'll take that. $1.94. I remember that used to be like a $5 card. Finale Revelation. Wow, that's turned into a bulk. Oh, it was reprinted and Commander Murders. Okay, Murders at Carla Manor. Brainstorms. Always take those as commons. 256. Nice. Everthrowing Chalice. Pyromancers. I don't think those are anything. No. Yeah, this is a Banefire. This is a Commander deck. Is it Signets? Pullables because they're playable. Promo. That's pretty cool. Expansion Explosion. Let's see what the promo's worth. Promo pack, Throne of Eldraine. Yeah, 67 cents, so not really. Crackling Drake, uncommon. No. Undo from Visions. We saw some of those earlier. No. Okay. Talrand. The card that's printed way too many times, but it is a really good card. We pull a lot of Talrands in the show. and half the time they get shredded, to be honest with you. Reliquary Tower, that's a good utility land. We'll always take those. 270. Gutter Snipes, no. Psychosis Crawler, that's bulk. High Tide, we'll take those. Time Reversal. Time Reversal, okay. 215. Curiosity, no. Utexian Probes. 314, nice. Clear the Mind. Nope. Serum Visions, that's a pullable. Playable for sure. 57 cents. Pull from tomorrow, maybe. Is it Charms? Wait a minute. Didn't we have Is it Charm already? Is it Signet? Okay, I was going to say, this person's a cheater. No, they're okay. They're safe. They're safe. All right. Halmar Depths, I don't think that's anything. Not really. Mystical Tutor from the Jace Spellbook, which is funny because 1077. So it's pretty funny because when Gifts Ungiven was just unbanned in Commander, I looked to try to buy some of those Jace's books, and everyone had the same idea and bought those just to get the Gifts Ungiven. So a lot of Mystical Tutors are probably going to hit the market. Electro Dominance, bulk rare, Oppressive Will, nope. Solarian Winds, a little prop for the Professor right there. Darksteel Citadel, that's usually a pullable, I think, right? Yeah, 92 cents. Frantic Search, nah, right? No. Yeah, 232. Okay, I guess that uncommon's gone up. The Wizened, get it with the Wizened. Bulk rare. Another Is It Stone, nothing. Mystic Confluence, it should be decent. 69 cents, well, that went down. Muddle the Mixture. Ravnica City of Guilds, common, 159. Electromancer, nothing there. Bonfire of the Damned, how many of those we found in this collection? Sprite Dragon, I think that's nothing, right? That's nothing. Sleep, no. Fireman Vessel, Overwhelming Denial. Classic Mana Flare. Classic Mana Flare. 4th edition, so I gotta check it. This is one of my favorite arts of all time. It really is. It's a stupid thing. Mana Flare, 4th edition. $1.95. It's beat up though, so probably a little less. It's a stupid thing, but I'm a big fan of unlimited cards, right? White border limited cards. I'm actually want to make a video on those down the road because I think that they are much more rare than people realize. I'm going to seize. That's pullable. Unwind. That should be a good uncommon. A good common. That's pullable. Rethink. I always think unlimited cards are more valuable than many people realize. And so actually, I started collecting unlimited Mana Flares. It's not like a big thing, but like it was just kind of a little funny thing I did. Narcissus Reversal. Not the promo version. It's the War of the Spark 516. That'll work. Aetherize, the Commander Zendikars. Nope. Nope. Peck. No. Rewind, maybe? Nope. Skyclave Relic. Yeah, $1.79. Lightning Bolt, 4th edition. Can't have a Commander deck without a Soul Ring. Let's see. Lightning Bolt, 4th edition. Give me an alternate 4th just because. No. Soul Ring. We'll always take those. Jaya-Blard, OG Dominaria pre-release version. That's pretty cool. Let's see. OG Dominaria pre-release. Not Dominaria. Pre-release. $3.49. That's a cool version. Honestly, see, stuff like this I kind of like. Because like, let's say you want to put this in your deck and it's kind of a budget card anyways. It's like a 50-cent card, the regular one. But if you can kind of like pimp it out for like $3, it's kind of a cool thing to do. Why not? Jace Wheeler of Mysteries. $7.27. War of the Spark, and then we've got $6.27 for Jace's Archivist. Very, very nice. So that was actually a good Commander deck. All right, overall, I tell you, I was really questioning if this collection would have really any value because the pictures, it was really light. And I'm very happy with this so far. Again, I would call it pickable 100%. Last one, last deck box. This is pretty cool. Okay. This is kind of the bonus too when you get collections like this. Like, now I got a bunch of deck boxes if I want to use them. And I didn't, you know, like they were kind of free, I suppose. I guess I paid for them, but I paid for the card. Oh, those are terrible sleeves. Oh my God. Oh, I don't like those at all. All right, here we go. Here's the end of it. Let's see how it goes. Oh, these are terrible sleeves. How could you play like that? Oh, do they even scan? Probably not. Oh, it can. Look at that. Oh, that's awful. Gifted Aetherborn. That used to be pullable. No, not really. Grave Purge. The other ones, the lands were sorted. This one's not. So maybe they played it. Maybe they played it right before they got rid of the collection. Nothing there. White border Dark Rituals. Hey, we'll take Dark Rituals. They're pullable. Couple bucks. Buck, whatever it is. Partition. Sanguine Bond. Commander 2017. 339. Yep. Death Denied. No. No. Defiant Bloodlord. Bulk. Cordial Vampire. MH1. I'm pretty sure that's bulk too. Buck 49. The Commander Lost Caverns of Ixalan. What's the MH1? 312. Okay, sure. We'll take that. Vampire Nighthawk. OG Zendikar. No, that's nothing. Take the Cordial Vampires. Take the Sanguine Bonds. Child of Knights. It's a little vampire deck. Kind of cool. Okay. Vampire the Dire Moon. That was a good pullable from Core 20, right? They reprinted it in Jumpstart. Core 20, $1.95. Yeah. Dark Ritual. Sanguine Bonds. Nice. Cordial Vampires. Vampires. Sanguine Bonds. Awesome. I'm guessing Pioneer. If someone knows what kind of deck this was, let me know. I'm guessing they played Pioneer. Just a guess. Well, that's it. So, yeah, honestly, I'm very happy with the results of this one. And it was a lot of cards, probably a few thousand. And I think that's some cool deck box setup too. And honestly, that big box of bulk rares, there were some good hits. I mean, honestly, what was that one that there like $12.50 a piece and I got 4 of them? I forget what it was from Khans of Tarkir. But like stuff like that, like as a $50 play set. So I'll take that. Even if it's a little less, maybe it's even $40 with play or whatever, it's fine. But why am I putting these cards? Yeah, I'll deal with this later. But yeah, so I think that was pretty cool. So let me know what you think. This was one that I definitely, like I said, I paid $3.75 to the penny, shipped to my door for this collection. I think I did really well with it. I'm looking at the scanned value for market. It's like over 500, but that's not accurate because I didn't scan everything, and some things weren't. And some things, you know, were a little off with condition, things like that. But this is basically everything that I pulled aside. Again, some of these are literally just the bulk rares from that box, but I'm going to go through and scan everything later. So this is everything that I think that was worth it. I think it was good considering that I was looking for a unpicked collection. I liked it, you know, honestly, fun to go through. There were some boxes of some garbage with some lands and things like that, you know, but awesome. Love it. Definitely pickable collection. Hope you guys liked it too.